Ahead of NPP's presidential primaries, Ebeko, on the 31st of January 2026, as we speak, Bishop Ahumbogu so ekoso. Na survey ahodoɔ atimi akɔ ama yɛde ɛho nsɛm bebree no adi kan de aba. Survey a ɛreba no ebi ɛrekɔ de ɛma Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, former Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Ebi nso kɔ de ma the former Member of Parliament for Asen Central, Honorable Kennedy Japan. Abusuafo survey foforɔ atimi de aba coming from Global Info Analytics. Abusuafo, according to Global Info Analytics report, abusuafo, as we speak, CCA omodi abeto dwa ekyere sɛ out of NPP amonyoku ma omunkoto aba on the 31st of January 2026. Almost say 72% of voters now say still I say it's still Bawumia na ekyere sɛ Bawumia na abusuafo omo epe going into the next election slated to be held on the 31st of January 2026. And nti omo ka na omo de akyere NPP amonyoko ni ma say na neoma asi etie as a stance. As a stance no say na neoma nso asi etie report them so for omo timi de aba making kan kakra na afei nso de ho no yetimi de atoa so. Na a nationwide poll by Global Info Analytics has revealed that Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia retains an overwhelming majority of support from voters who backed him in the 2024 general election, solidifying his position as the front runner in the NPP's patriotic parties, the new patriotic party's upcoming flag worship race. The September 2025 poll, which focused on the preferences of the NPP voters, found a staggering 72% of those who voted for Dr. Bawumia in the last presidential election still prefer him to lead the party in the next electoral cycle. His closest contender, Kennedy Japan, trails significantly with 20% preference among this crucial demographic. The data indicates that Dr. Bawumia's core base remains not just intact but fiercely loyal. When over 7 out of 10 of your previous voters are still with you, it provides a very strong foundation for a leadership bid. Dr. Bawumia's stronghold is even more pronounced in the party's traditional heartland, the Ashanti region. The poll shows that 73% of NPP voters in the region choose Dr. Bawumia in the 2024, continue to support his flag worship ambition compared to 20% for Kennedy Japan. However, the poll also explored the sentiment of disgruntled NPP voters who switched allegiance to the NDC's John Dramani Mahama in the 2024 election. Nationally, this group remains more divided, with 39% preferring Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia and 36% leaning towards Kennedy Japan. See, and Anyoma Bishop isi etie ewo ho. Nti enko match into it. Na yenhwe. Sisia no say and Anyoma ankasa isi eko. Listening to some of the grassroots, some of the delegates in the keka ho. Yenko into it na. Bishop yenko di munchire we a Global Info Analytics don't me at the buy, but then more to it. Bishop omo de report about, but then be also a free NPP amonyoko no. Some of the members, so for saying and university, and then from you, so which candidate do you think among the NPP so the right candidate for the NPP? Mama who are in the comment section as about an march into it and question in no
delegates in this country have shown us a new leaf.
Okay.
Mama who said, we do see kind of time I know a board you and I want to change and say a better on a trip. Or says I'm a man and into a budget kind of all right. We bounce on countries and to mouth. Right. Until they have turned a new leaf away politically correct, in my opinion. Now, I say so because Dr. Bawumia, in my opinion, has endeared himself so well to the Christian community and to his own Muslim community. I say so for a specific reason. Who said Dr. Bawumia Ejina Baby and the Christian and our boss of BH and our boss of BH. It has never happened. We share the demon and the way we are conducting in this particular election. I can assure you, say, so your delegate or your fair partners or no green party, 100% party, any of the media reformer will go for a character like Dr. Bawumia. He is all embracing. You see, we're not afraid of Boko worry, but we should not ban this and the water, and the water. And it is so true in the sense that, say, Mental Honorable Kennedy Japan, he's a fantastic man, he's done so well for this country, BBR. But now some across the spectrum, even this particular election, he has shot himself big time in the foot. And you see, no matter what damage control his people will do, it will not rush. If I were a delegate to say, I would have never accepted defeat until say electoral commission will declare. You may want to say it is right by saying that, but it is totally wrong. NPP.
I want us to learn something. A second, then you continue.
Okay, right.
So I am a politician too, so I'm going into elections with you.
Like I say, I must say, for what he said, you might think that he's right, yes, but politically, very, very wrong. Sure. We have known the NPP as a party. They themselves propagated and that they are very good at coalition. So they started telling them this is a moment notion. Because you don't know how to collate. They didn't know that NDC was revolutionizing the system, trying to build themselves up, putting in measures, bringing in gadgets, no aspects. So they can also don't let them beat them to it.
You didn't know so we had all body count.
Yes.
May the soul of
the late body count of these people. Right? The machine, the coalition system of the NPP. And yes, Dr. Bawumia may consider because of persons in
okay.
They had seen from their coalition sake. They have lost the election. And you see that particular election will consider people were saying you can't MP. No, MPs are informed. It is Dr. Bawumia concession was not only to tell us some personality. The figures told them clearly. Otherwise, the people who are around him, some said, "We don't take because of foreign Americans." But consider no. They saw it clear. Said the figures, nothing could match it. Say, Americans say train so. Until the man considered, it should have been a plus for the NPP. Now you are using it against the man. The man, Honorable Kennedy Japan himself, now some across the spectrum has destroyed him to the point that Sememi, a delegate, and this particular last comment, I will not give my vote to him. You see, delegates are both Christians and Muslims. So, what be network to say your word despite media? Now, as a CEO, Robert Trump, and my other network now super and sorry for me now. It was so unprintable. And fear sorry for the team, and I'm sorry for the other delegates. In fear of the team, the year of the judiciary has been maligned by the Kennedy Japan. Allegations of not pure insult. This is somebody who stood on a front and saying, CPSO. It will the President Muhammad said raw insult to raw to do a bad term raw. There's no single individual or group of people in this country who do a bad term, including the youth. It's really his own party. Entity that we will be and can you hopefully kakrama and Juna so the credibility of that entity no and best stand it out.
Okay.
You can't tag Despite Media with any of these things. I know what I say. Despite Media no say as of no ASA or ABCD. I know just what mean. Right. The summer or kafa so for him. If you do a sort of Christianity. And yes, I suffer what picking my cookie. But when I cross, no, some more certain presidents say, my brother Ibrahim Hama, a father saying, and all these things that we are saying, Nipa is a sound. And you soon, some of us say, power, when we dig on as well. You're not finishing. The character will be exhibited in quantums, in folds.
I'm saying any person. Okay.
Right. When you be his principle doesn't, you cannot bend his principles. That's how I see him. And to say, toll line where you are, no matter what advisor will be you told the same line.
As I say, one thing I'm not saying, you be no.
Do I know? And I win you. Let us be at some you cannot embrace it. Right. You're doing pensua politics no. You're a businessman. That's the other aspect of it. Don't ever hand over power to a businessman.
Why? That's that. I will sit here myself I'm a businessman. No, you don't have to say that.
You see, managing a country, managing a country is different from managing a company or such an entity like a company. And now when you just say it is the same, please. You see, there's no business. Like your friend Mr. Read My Lips. Almost everything he has said, read my lips. And he has gone ahead to say, every politician, every rich man in this country is a thief. Read my lips. Right? And then he was quizzed. You are also a rich man. Can you be? And I say, I will not vote for Kromfo so much also. Take that out. I have experienced the Convention People's Party at a point where a businessman was in charge of affairs. I'm not saying so you the business NPP party, no. But when Papa Kosinde left the CPP, party will collapse. We have not, the party has not been revived up to date. Because everything that was being used, no matter already, cars, number chief, Obi Kwame Nkrumah, upon stop Obi. Selfless.
It's a businessman. This one doesn't mean say government institutions and the car, and any equipment and they using to free a benefit was a business. No matter what you can. You see, let's face facts. You know, the business at that with or without a buyer, and also with or without somebody president. Or running the business, they have then after will be a mining secret. You see, and also mining secret. What year he has complained bitterly on several occasions about the first and the party buyer. Taxes on people so. We are no favor. Our book report say you never no contract below so. Can Professor president? Can he come back to say, you're president, and so the party, no crippling woman, or no taxes to do so? I'm telling you, sir, there's no businessman already a money or mind ever sharing, sir. I'll bet you someone in business ever. Or would your money can ever share? What the best is Canada? No, people who have been able to manage a country across the globe, they are people who came from nowhere. They didn't know a DJ Keke. Madagascar. The president will tell you DG. Look at Ukraine, where Zelensky is a comedian. We have had people, Trump, were blamed because of the fact itself. Obedience, the better also. When you see the presidency, and the war and the companies living the more travel. No businessman is a fool, in quote. Let me use the word advisedly. Businessmen, you see, they have a radio on the panel. Businessmen, they have with the money. No, but show me business on revamp. Of course, on revamp will gather here. But I can assure you, sir, businessmen are not good for managing a country. We are looking for Obia or what mama or man. You are person or man, you are baby. Now Obia enya eduma aye. Now the impression is that they are already rich. Or no fire is a can you she. Obi no babu catch us they don't need Ghana's money. No Canada. They were born with boarding schools, etc. Remember I went to the way. Obi the two of man safe family no the way. I will be so sure about you. Don't trust a businessman. And apart from that, wherever you are, mental. This is politics. And this is national remaining be. The Bible or man so dachi. I must have a say in it. Once at least many are I'm saying, say, can your utterances across the spectrum on one case cropping by Bantam Pekase? Say, Pa President, forget it. I idea on person on Pekra. You'll be so aware, so don't get yourself. I still have any intention, person about president. I say, look, in politics, you have put positions. But my men also, many parliament will say, I'm quite a soul. No, start saying, the president is here, and the idea of the federal future crowd, no trouble. I don't listen. Everywhere. Go to TikTok. Anytime. No matter what can you get that from Dr. Bawumia and the rest of the if you take out the so West will go. And then make sure because those are probably the most the two statements I want to make here, and that's two things I want here. Because it's a dent on his image. Apart from the scandal of the student it was linked to him. There's nothing wrong with Dr. Bichum. We're not going to the question and now questioning first Dr. Bawumia way back say when I'm not question and some of the man we could Dr. Bawumia and also we are not but it's nothing much. But this particular man, his own party, all of them, the arsenals are on Dr. Bawumia, haven't he? And all of them, their arsenals on Dr. Bawumia. Tell me one single utterance on Dr. Bawumia I actually said we insinuate and cast aspersion on the colleagues now the contest now said they are not competent and also they don't qualify and also they didn't say you're my favor now the party you should caveat my own party and I'm shame and now the president and celebrate against somebody who has been in the party for over 20 years now. I don't know there's a reason. This is the only person in my opinion Russia party in nature now. He is the only make person amongst them who to me are from the party. If you want to bring Obia, like I said, and then they can block the Akufo-Addo factor. Now Obon trust now we should party. You know they need the way forward. But if you bring Obia Nakuma Chief no Trump here.
That's all we so say an internet told that we are a military rules and as a regime a good because it didn't want to also yet then. Doing this is obviously so share. Me pan bit me a share among the rules and regulations and get me I want me in the year June also because I wish other countries are and yes I'm gonna pan no more from the Angolan person here dimra so but we say marano we also marano so be do. Now here for the being force Samran. So you need a leader when this was share with me enforce it. From that perspective, only almost I don't know how can be a benevolent dictator. But it's in some aspect where we must look at that benevolent dictator say, why you in the interest of Okuno and Oman and Oman. You understand? And you must put all these things in place. Maybe you're Muslim. And you're a delegate. I want to vote for him. For one single reason of arbitrarily say, what in the picture be grabonting? The picture already be grabonting, and who are granting. That is what the impression we all have. Right, and also when you say investigations near the person told us the facts any picture na beda bontin sina
no perception we want to say all along there was nothing Ameswale said the picture better bontin who leaked those people who brought those pictures outside and the records are there the videos are there say we now shemo you see so let's be very careful let us be very careful and me I'll be frank and say it as it is monko yi nipa o ko photo fubi monko yi nipa o beka party na bom nipa onye tutu asem nipa obetumi aka ye nyina bom na de akoso no I don't think some delegate they are going to commit themselves to the cause of the party under who will be or to trust them finally she said all these inkofua in summer a fun making when they call Bawumia circus mo or obia na no et se panie I will be to have advice say beya some parliament to the phone because